Yo, what's your boy Ghost here, and today I'm doing another comparison video between the AK-47 and Kilo. Now, I've been wanting to make an AK video for quite some time now. I have made a comparison on AK with like the AMAX, I think, was it? Like a very long time ago, and I don't think I've really talked about the AK since then, except for the Gilded Arms variant video. But since then, I haven't really done anything with the AK. But I've been using the AK recently, and I've been frying with it, and I was low-key thinking, how does it match up against the Kilo? Now, I'm not here to say that the Kilo is, or that the AK is better than the Kilo. I'm not trying to say that the AK is the new meta. But this video is more to bring into question if the AK is a viable alternative to a Kilo. Or maybe, to some of you guys, possibly better than the Kilo. But before we get into the comparison, I want to say, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1.2K before Cold War. We are currently 38 subs away from that, and we have like 11 days for that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications. Also, if you find this video informative or useful, or enjoy it, you know what to do, man. Like the video. But anyways, let's get into the comparison. And then we have the recoil pattern for a base AK. Now, it's no secret that this gun has a lot of recoil, and pretty much any COD that the AK exists in, it has a lot of recoil. And no matter what attachments that you put on them, I feel like it'll always have recoil. Yes, some class setups might have less recoil than the other, but there's a few things that you got to keep in mind when you're making class setups for AK. And here's my AK class setup, by the way. This is my personal one that I enjoy using. Obviously, there's some questions to it. Maybe some of you guys want to get rid of the barrel that I'm using to use the other barrel, and then maybe put on what's it called, the rubberized. Or some of you guys might take off the tack light, you put a commander, like, you know, different things you could do with the AK to try to minimize the recoil. But you got to be careful because you don't want to minimize your ADS speed because you want it to get less recoil. Now, I know the whole point of it is to get less recoil, and some of you guys might not be bothered by some of the slight slow ADS speed. But for me personally, any slight inconvenience to my ADS speed is a big problem for me, and I just can't use it. Straight up, I just can't use it. I know it sounds weird to some of you guys, but for me personally, that's how it works for me. So this class setup works for me because the ADS speed is pretty quick, and although the recoil is kind of gnarly on it, I'm able to control it at certain ranges when I need to. And even then, one thing I love about this weapon is no matter if your accuracy is bad, you could still make up for it because all you have to do is, you know, chain a few shots and you'll be able to kill people. It is just like the AMAX, because the AMAX, I felt like I wouldn't get punished for bad accuracy. Yes, obviously I waste more ammo, but as long as I hit quite a few, like a decent amount of shots, I'll be good. I could use the whole mag and still be good just because I hit a few shots. See, with the Kilo, you know what I'm saying, you just hit them. Yeah, you don't really get punished either, but because there's no recoil. But I mean, the AK, I feel the same. You can just like really spray and just be rewarded just because of how much damage the AK does. Now, one of the things that you gotta also keep in mind is the movement speed of this gun. If you don't have good ADS speed, the movement speed might be a little slow. So for all my sniper overkill players out there, the AK might not be the best option for you when it comes to using a sniper, unless you want to try. Feel free to, but when like if I'm using a sniper, I need a gun that's able to carry the workload at certain ranges and not have like a lot of recoil. So that's why the M4 excels with it. That's why the MP7 excels with it, and a few other guns excel with a sniper just because of the no recoil and whatnot, and the mobility. And the AK doesn't really have that mobility, but it's okay though, because if you're more than likely going to be using an SMG or any fast secondary to get you around the map, so it doesn't really matter if your AK is slow or not. The only times it matters is ADS speed. But if you're one of those people that is like more of a stationary player, my bad, you might not care about the ADS speed too much. But for me, I'm kind of I'm an aggressive player, and I need this thing to be pulling up because sometimes I'm not able to pull out my SMG in fights. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys have been in those situations where you get into a fight and you just can't get your SMG out, so you have to just gun somebody with your AR. And look, man, if your ADS slows or your ADS speed, I don't know what the fuck I just said there, but if your ADS speed isn't fast and you're trying to fight someone at close range and you get caught in that situation where you can't pull your SMG out, you're most likely dead. But see, with my class setup, it's fast enough to the point where I'm gonna be able to put up a fight, and if I don't kill him and I have my teammate, I'll be able to, or my teammate will be able to get the trade. So we're good. But anyways, the AK, again, I think is one of the most underrated weapons in the game. I know a lot of people might stay away from it just because of how much recoil it has, but bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, if you can find a way to play with it, you'll have fun with it. I had a lot of fun using this gun, and it's just a complete complete refreshment than opposed to using the kilo. Because I'll be honest with y'all, man, using the kilo really gets old really fast now to me. It's just so effortless to me. And it gets boring very quickly now. I can hardly use the kilo and MP5 combo anymore just because, again, it's just one of those things you see every game. If you use it, it's just like, man, I know I'm gonna fry with this class. Like, it's just not fun anymore. So using all these other guns is pretty fun. And if you're bored, if you're in the same boat as me, where you get bored with the kilo pretty quickly, use the AK, man. I'm telling you, you got nothing to lose. It's really fun. And yeah, let me know your experiences down below. But anyways, let's get into the kilo. And here we have the recoil pattern for a kilo. And what I'm about to say about the kilo, you probably already heard. You probably already know. I mean, you've seen this gun everywhere. You see everybody using it now. Even people like Nick Merckx and Cloaksy, who called the kilo ass, started using it. So it's pretty safe to say that the kilo is essentially the most used AR in the game. And I won't call it the best just because there's conversations going on about what the new best AR is. You know, the RAM and AMAX have come into question on whether or not they're the best ARs. And so really, I can't sit here and tell you that the kilo is the best, because now there's just a conversation, a whole different conversation about what the best AR is. My job, though, is to tell you that the AK could be in that conversation. I'm not saying that it should be, and I'm not saying that it will be. I'm just saying, or bringing the idea that, hey, the AK is not that bad, and compared to the top 3 ARs in the game, you know what I'm saying, it could make some noise. Now, again, some of you guys out there might not have a good opinion on the AK, whether or not you picked it off the ground, you think it's bad, or whether or not you used it one time and you just didn't get enough kills with it. I'm telling y'all, bro, look, you have to experiment with these weapons, because you can't just play 1 or 2 or even 3 games and be like, this gun is bad or this gun is good. Man, yeah, there's some of those weapons that truly, in 1 or 2 games, you can be like, nah, this gun's terrible. And then, you know, vice versa. You can see 2 games and be like, oh, this gun is godlike. But some of the weapons that you know, could be up in the air, like the AK, you got to try it out for a few, you know, for a long time. Not a long time, but, you know, a bit of time to understand how good the weapon is. Because I feel like some people just base their opinion very quickly, and they don't really give a chance on some of these weapons and just go back to their kilo, their AMX or RAM, you know what I'm saying? So I really do appreciate people out there that really experiment with weapons just like me, because, you know what I'm saying, you understand these weapons. The people that don't understand these weapons, give it a try. I'm telling you, bro, it's not that bad. It's really, really not that bad. But again, it's very interesting to see how this is going to work going into Cold War. I don't want to get off topic now. Hopefully this isn't sounding off topic, but, you know, you may recall that the AK is actually in Cold War as well. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but the whole Cold War integration of Warzone won't come into December. But, you know, we're all going to be on the topic of the Warzone integration. When Cold War integration happens, I'm curious to see where the AK is going to land. Or, like, in general, there's a lot of questions on where some of these weapons are going to land, how the new weapons are going to play in Warzone. It's gonna be crazy. It's going to be, content is going to be at max. So, again, you know, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because I guarantee you're going to be seeing me next year. You're going to be seeing a lot of me next year, because, ooh, it's going to be crazy next year with this comparisons and shit. But anyways, think about it like this. The AK, I guess towards the end of the beta, was getting a lot of recognition. People were calling it the best AR of the beta. And, you know what I'm saying, with all the new attachments in the beta and the way the game is going to play, and, you know, being able to have 8 attachments and whatnot, it's going to be very interesting to see how good the AK is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe right now you don't think the AK is good, but what happens when Cold War comes out and then, oh, wow, next thing you know, the AK is meta? That's going to be kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, mark it right now, though. If the AK does become meta in Cold War, I said it first. You heard it here first, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I said it here first. And it's going to be interesting to see how AMAX and RAM and Kilo are going to transfer over to the new COD. Will they be considered the top guns? Because you already know, with new game, new weapons, whole new set of ARs are going to be in the game. We already know we're going to find the OP weapons and the shit weapons off, you know, like within the first 2 months of the integration. I would say first 2 months of the game, but we don't know, because we're not going to be able to play it off rip. Anyways. But again, like, I don't know, that's something that I'm really, really interested to see in. Again, with SMGs, I'm getting off topic, my bad. But anyways, like I said, man, let me know what you guys think about that whole Warzone integration. How do you guys think these guns are going to play when that integration does happen? And honestly, make some bold predictions right now. What guns do you think will be meta when the game, you know, comes together? Do you think that the Kilo, AMAX, and RAM will still be at the top? Hell, I'm gonna throw some SMGs in there. You think the MP5 will be up there, or do you think some of the new guns that are gonna be in Cold War will make I guess, a run at the throne? But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.